Alright, we're back. Hopefully we got the Wi-Fi all set up properly. Hopefully everything looks alright. I'm already dropping frames though, so I'm already not liking that. Definitely not liking that. Let's see, go settings. Video, advanced, normal, apply. Okay. Hopefully we can get the stream looking fairly good here. Okay, down. Yeah. I've read the last bit of your chat there. Yeah, it should be good, but right now it's gonna show that your Windows has a key technically, but since you switched motherboards, it's not gonna be. You'll lose it. You'll lose it after a couple restarts, I believe. I do believe it's after a couple restarts. Why is that showing that it's all the way like that though? Hold on here. My screen is like display settings. It should be good. Look, maybe it's just me. At the bottom, you'll see the what do you want to call it? The watermarked Windows thing. After your next couple. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You download Windows 10 Pro, man. It don't matter about that. You still don't have a Windows key though. So even though you have Windows 11, you still don't have a Windows key. You'll get the trade watermark at the bottom right corner. You can call in support though. I'm working on some images and been working on coding stuff, so I'm close to releasing my Minecraft server. Nice. All I need to do is make it playable and release paid ranks. Nice. You're telling me I'm gonna lose the key in a bit? Yeah, I'm telling you, you're gonna lose the key in a bit, buddy. Yeah, you should have asked me some questions before starting off a new PC or switching over stuff. I've done this. I've switched my keys, or not switch my keys, but I switch SSDs, NVMe's all the time. If you have your keys saved somewhere, you can call into support. So you can call in support. Hello, support, Windows support. Yes, I switched over my SSD to a different motherboard. Is this one here? Blah blah blah, and they can be like, click 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 click, done for you, and you can have your Windows key activated again on your. No, it don't matter. You switched hardware. You switched hardware. Listen to the words I'm saying. It doesn't matter. It's on your SSD. Yeah, your Windows goes on your SSD, but your SSD is switched from a different hardware, different motherboard, different CPU, different everything. That changes a lot. Motherboard and CPU change a lot for your SSD. That's why you have all these updates, because it's all different drivers, different everything for the motherboard layout, all that kind of stuff. Who should I call? Ghostbusters! No, you're going to call Windows support. Microsoft. Yeah, Windows support. Yeah, Windows. Windows support. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. Make sure you have a Microsoft account added. I believe it will make it easier for them, but I'm not smart. Hey, he could be right about that. You could need that too. It's been a while since I had to do it, and apparently now you can only change over so many times, so that is unfortunate. Sweet, I think I might have changed some things too, and my stream's looking a lot better apparently. I'm not losing any more frames now, so yeah. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Check out my PY Prime again here. Yeah, you should only have to restart it a few times, and you'll notice that you'll have the watermark. Okay, that's not bad though. But what we need to do... Oh, I didn't mean to close this. I need this still open. So what I want to do is some GPU pie. Some pie on the GPU. It says Windows activated. For now. You switched hardware. Like generally, 100% of the time, it will eventually happen, man. Who are you gonna call? Well, that's not good. Give me one sec. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Yo. Yo ho ho ho. 12.78 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna save that. So we need to go into here. We need to go up here. We need to go into this thing. We need to go into system and security. We need to go. No. System? Yes. I think it's system we need to go into. Yeah, system. And you can figure out your product key and activation. Boom, boom. All that good stuff. You gotta go into your system. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. It's nice I have Wi-Fi on my other system now. I can just go on a hardware bot, figure out some things. It's kind of hard to see with all of these chats on my screen, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll forgive yous. I don't want that. I just need a video card. Again, it might take a few restarts of your PC to get the watermark. If you don't get one, then it might happen down the road, but if it doesn't, then you're good to go. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. V3, I believe I'm on. The V3, yep. 3.3. One core. My fastest time is pretty quick, I do believe. Where am I? Actually, no. I guess I gotta log in. I don't get why my screen is all kind of messed up there. Ghostbusters. Back to there. Where's my fastest GPU 1B? 3.79 seconds on a 3070 Ti. That's alright. Pretty sure I was on my 3070 Ti. Yep, my 3070 Ti. Although, that's not good. I can definitely beat this score, which is really good actually. Go down to my hardware. I got a 1080 right now, and I think you can make the chat smaller. Move the camera deal up in the corner with a box, and then put the chat under it. That's my suggestion. Hey, Medi, you're the guy that knows how to do a thing or two about this stuff. Up here, like up here, you're thinking, and then the chat here, and the chat a little bit smaller, something like so. Or you want chat should be lower, like that. Something like that. That a little bit better for everybody, yeah? Yeah? Sweet. Thank you. Do you like the chat, though? I finally got it set back up to the way I used to have it. I used to have my streaming set up pretty nice, but it's been a while since I actually had the chat like this. So I went through the help section, and they said troubleshoot Windows, and it should save it to new system. If not, then I have to contact Microsoft. Yep. Okay, awesome. Boom. Not too big of a deal, man. That's not too big of a deal. If it works, it works. If not, then well, at least you have things to do, right? I don't get why my actual like window, like this screen here, you see here is like off though. It's off centered for some reason. Maybe a restart will fix that, but for now this is fine. It low key is. At least you don't have to pay for a new one, right? Like you don't have to pay for a new one. That's nice. Oh wait, I need my hardware. My hardware. Hardware library. 1080. Oh. 1080. Boom. Now, I don't have, the only one I really have to, like, the one I have to beat is GPU. Oh, it's only 1B though. It was a 1080 for this one. First is 9 seconds. I have to do 11.2 to get top 20. 11.2 to get top 20. Okay, so we'll get over this one. Move everything back on over to the side. I should have this over here though, so that way I can make it look like I'm looking at it. There we go. So we'll go to here. We'll set priority to real time. We'll open up this one. Boom. Who are we gonna call? Ghostbusters. 5M. 128. Try that. Oof. Oof, those stutters are brutal. Those stutters are brutal. No, terrible. Absolute terrible. I want this open now. This open now. Core voltage up. Actually, well, core voltage don't matter on this one. Power limit up. That up. We're gonna chill her right out. We're gonna crank the memory to, I'm gonna say 400. We're gonna put down the core. And everyone's gonna be like, doesn't that destroy the performance? It might not. Nope, stop. We need to do it at 5M, 128. Come on. Let's go. We might actually have to put up the core. Oh, we sure do. Stop. That's just horrible. Crank this back down. We'll put this back up to like 84. Well, we'll try it. We'll try it. We'll see how it does. Okay, so we do need to use core on this one. Temperature looks absolutely fantastic. Almost 2.1 gigahertz right off the bat there. Oh, we are choaching. Okay, let's try 100. We're gonna crank up the core voltage. Let's see if we can get 2.1 gigahertz on this. Let's put this at 10. I don't know if that's gonna help. 400 milliseconds. Not terrible. Pretty good. Oh, we're going. We're going. Maybe like 11.9 or something. We're not there. We're definitely not there. That's okay. That's okay. I didn't even see how fast we're going on the actual core there, though. Let's see if we can go a little bit more. Let's try 120. Let the temps here go down a little bit. I found my activation key. I found the entire numbers. The entire numbers? Hopefully you found every single 26 of them. I think there's letters and numbers, actually. Whole 26 of them, I believe. Like a whole alphabet. with letters and numbers. What if we go 256? Yeah, the whole key. Nice. I have two of them. That's nice to have. But I actually bought my two with Windows and all that. Yeah, all the digits and numbers. I have all my digits. Not that good. Reuse it. You should be able to plug it in. If it doesn't work, then it's because it's switched over to a different motherboard, like I said, and you'll have to contact support. There's nothing you could do about it, dog. I wish I could help you there. Not good. Stop. So we do need to put this down. 5M, that. I don't know if that's going to help. No. Stop. We do need to be at this. Seems to be the right setting. For the lower end the older graphics cards, you cannot give them bigger batch file sizes, or else the memory just can't handle, or the core and memory can't handle it. 13.8. Right. You could try punching it and see if it'll work. Like, might as well, right? And let's see what kind of temp we're looking at. Ooh, we reached a whole 30C on that. And we hit core clock of almost 2.1. So let's go 140. I don't think 140 on the clock is gonna work, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't have this thing modded, so I will probably be hardware modding this. Hey, right now it's still activated. That's all that matters, buddy. Alright, so what I like to do is go boom, 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 stop, calculate, and boom, boom. No, but we are over 2.1 gigahertz now. We're chooching it. We're chooching it. 113 gigahertz. Amazing. Now, what I want to see is, yeah, 2.114 actually. Power. Wow, this thing does not use much wattage on this test. This thing uses nothing, like 80 watts, 90 watts max. Very, very quick test too. That's awesome. Literally uses nothing. What if we can hit 150? If we can hit 150, whew, that thing is a choocher. Alright, let's not do a confirmation code. Go. Okay, it seems to be slower. Why is it slower? I know why. I know why. I'm gonna do a little something that I like to call the video control panel. It worked. Nice. Sweet. That's awesome. That's always awesome, man. Seriously. A thing that I like to call the video control panel. Do I have to download the drivers? Maybe that's why I'm not doing as good as what I thought. I pasted it in and said this copy is activated. Yeah, it's activated. Ha! Which means it's already been activated. That's not what you think it means. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. That's not what it means, though. It means it's already been used. GTX 1080 drivers. Well, that sucks. I need to do the drivers. No, it says copy activated. Yeah. Oh, it gave you enjoy Windows. Oh, okay. Are you sure? No, I don't want that one. I want drivers. Oh, it's just slow. Dang. It was just slow. Oh. Manual. What we want is the 10 series. We want the 1080. Windows 11. Search. Well, man, enjoy your Windows. Enjoy it crashing on you. Enjoy it messing up your overclocking like it does to me. Just enjoy it. That should be good. If it works, right? That's the main thing. Especially now that I'm streaming. Well, I'm glad you're liking my streams. I like the pictures that you take. Okay, I can't even see if it's downloading. Is it working? It's working, it's working. 3 hours? 3 hours? Holy, look how slow it is. This is the slowest Wi-Fi. Why? It's so slow. Why is it so slow? This is actually Wi-Fi 6. This is on the 5 gigahertz network. What is going on? 2 hours. 2 hours later. That is brutal. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go pause. Oh, we are on the wrong one. Disconnect. Boom. 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 Connect. Oh, wonder it's so slow. And we can go again. Oh, there we go. Oh, now we're good because we're on the 2 gigahertz inside of a steel box. It's slow as. I mean, it's still ain't fast by any means, but it's a lot faster. And 2 hours later. Hopefully everybody got their poppy. Guys, everyone, get your poppy. If you don't got your poppy, you should get your poppy, everybody. They're free, and it shows your support. Just like subscribing. Oh man, well, it's better than 2 hours. It's better than 2 hours. I do need better drivers, apparently. 3 hours later. Oh, I'm probably going to see what the gaming performance is on CS2. I'll run the CS2 benchmark as well. Actually, I can do that right now. 6 hours later. We're going. We're alright. We're doing it. We're doing it, everybody. Hopefully the stream's looking alright. Everything looks okay. Didn't drop a whole lot of frames, but we did drop some frames. That's okay, though. And we don't need the special offer, because I don't care. Oh, it's been a while since I've been on Call of Duty. Please don't tell me. Oh, wait. There we go. Oh, it is. It's updating. Wait, now. 2.4 gigabytes. Why, man? Everything needs to be updated. I just want to run the benchmark. I want to see what the test is like. Oh, I should probably MSI. We should probably chooch this down because it's getting a little chilly anyways. We'll put the core voltage to 50. We'll put this to 200. And that's basically everyone's set point, really. So we'll just do that. Oh, I am happy I got the actual streaming all set up properly again with the nice chat and that too. So I am happy about that. And but this is just slow. And hopefully my Windows, this one is not too slow. Yes, it is. It is not fast by any means. It is not fast. We are getting somewhere though. It's better than 2 hours later. 2 gigabytes? Why is it gotta be 2 gigabytes? Why is it a 2 gigabyte update? Yes. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Why'd you have to say that? Now the Ghostbusters is in my head. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Ooh, damn, damn, damn. Wonder where everybody is tonight. Hopefully the stream looks alright to everybody. Seems to be alright on my end. Did lose a little bit of frames in the beginning, but not too bad now. I did have to make a new stream, unfortunately, because I lost like 10,000 frames in like 5 minutes. I was like, yeah, everyone keeps saying it's pretty laggy. Shouldn't be laggy now. Hopefully. Again, thank you to my donators for the graphics card, the RAM cooler, and the actual RAM sticks, DDR4. I am going to be looking for a DDR4 motherboard, so that way when I get the new CPU, I can just throw in my old 12600K that's using it right now. That's really good for overclocking on RAM. I'll throw that into the DDR4, and I'll show people about overclocking DDR4 with Samsung B-Die. And I'm not sure the stick of RAM that is here. Actually, I should. So, yeah, again, thank you, donators. 64 gigabyte kit, 2x32, which is a really nice set of RAM. So, again, thank you. And it looks like they are E-dies. They are E-dies. So they you can't get them super tight timings, but since it's 64 gigabyte kit, 2x32, can't really go that tight with them anyways, which is just fine. I'm gonna try to get them at least to 4,000. If I can get them to 4,000, these will be some performers. Definitely be some performers. Corsair Vengeance too. Nice stick of RAM. But it looks like they are E-dies. Most RAM kits, if you just look in between a bunch of numbers in the middle of the actual stick, you'll see that there's a letter, usually not usually the M. There'll be another M in it if it's like a Hynix M die, like for the newer kits, but for the older ones, you'll see in the middle of the actual code. So like right in the middle of the code, so like see the code here, Be like right in the middle here, like somewhere in the middle right there, and it'll be in between the like CXM, whatever. It won't be X or anything, but you either have like a E, a B, a D, an A, an M. There's a bunch of other ones too, but they're not really good ones. Not this E kit's not the greatest, but they're not the worst in my opinion. Samsung B-die is your best for DDR4 for actual overclocking, for RAM frequency and timing. So like Hynix M-die and A-die for nowadays. But 32 gigs, I mean, 32 gigs per stick is a lot of RAM for DDR4. I mean, it's a lot of RAM. How we doing there? Oh, we did it. We're verifying. We did it. Let's play some Counter-Strike 2 benchmark. We are at 5.2 gigahertz, 6 cores, no hyperthreading. But it's all about GPU performance. Since the update, a lot of people don't realize it's not a CPU dependent anymore. It's GPU. All you need is a high core frequency and a couple of cores technically on this game. If you have a 4-core, 8-thread CPU, that is all you need to play this game. Looks like your display has 244Hz mode. It was currently running at 60 using a refresh rate. Recommended. I don't. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna be putting it to 240 refresh rate. I'm sorry. Full screen. Oh, full screen. Widescreen. Oh, we know we should definitely put this to normal 4.3. We should definitely put it to. Wow, 4.3 is not bad for gameplay on this, but. We should definitely put this like to you AMD frames per second. Oh, my frames are better than your Intels. We should put this to 720p ultra low settings with no MSA, no nothing. How do I hyperthread? That is 6 cores, 12 threads. Enabling hyperthreading gives you a little bit more heat, but it also gives you 1/3 the performance. That's generally what it gives you, 1/3 more performance. You can disable the hyperthreading and you only have 6 cores, but you'll lose 1/3 the performance, but you also lose all the heat. And then you can enable it. Since you have the 5600 there, yeah. I don't know, you definitely probably want the 6-core 12 thread. But I mean, if you want a RAM overclock, you don't want hyperthreading on. RAM overclocking, you want no hyperthreading. And boost player contrast. Yeah. I want to enable it. Thank you. Disable low latency. Sure. Will this crank the frames? Current video high 4 times is good. Everything looks pretty good. Quality. Disable it so that way you get the highest quality. Look how good it looks. Look how good it looks. That's the way it should be. Not like you AMD fanboys that puts everything to low settings on a game where you're gonna need detail. Oh, look, I got a new thing. Yay! So if so, GG, is it in BIOS? Yeah, it's in BIOS, and yeah, you can disable and enable hyperthreading. I'll show you here in a minute, but it should literally say hyperthreading beside enable, disable. And it should be enabled right now, but if beside it sees enable, and then you just click enable, and then you go to disable, and it'll go to 6-core. But that's only if you want to do RAM overclocking, not for anything else. Or if you're like me, just likes to have the 6-core so I can have a higher RAM frequency to gain the frames and a higher clock rate because I'm not putting that much more heat and power into my CPU for the hyperthreading, then yeah, it's great for games. Alright, my motherboard has a garbage BIOS. Well, probably. Have you seen the motherboard? But you can always, it doesn't matter what motherboard, you can generally change the hyperthreading. If it has XMP, you can always set XMP, usually. I'm not sure. Can you take pictures and send it on the Discord so I can take a look, please? Play. I almost forgot how to do this. Workshop maps. There we go. Go. I'll take a look at the Discord. And see what the BIOS looks like here.
We are out of here.
Ba-dum-bum.
Let's roll.
Yeah, I try to be energetic. It's not easy just talking to myself all the time, but I generally have my main people here. Not sure if Hart's here or not. Generally, he says Joe usually says something's here. It's like a school board BIOS, so it's like the old school BIOS. Those old school BIOS are... Yeah, you got it, man. The old school BIOS. That's cool. I mean, it looks like my LGA 1366 boards. You gotta figure out the BIOS again, though. That's the only thing. You gotta learn about that kind of stuff. Not all BIOSes are the same. Dang, not bad frames for a 1080. Not in my opinion. Okay, we're going... Okay. Calm down now. Calm down there. Frames went kind of low there. The latency looks pretty good. The latency looks pretty good. We got some higher, but I mean, the latency looks pretty good. Better than the 9950X so far with a 1080 for latency.
Get back.
So I can set the hyper-thread? Yeah, you just gotta look for it. If your CPU has hyper-threading, you are able to take off hyper-threading and enable it. Sure. Well, just send me photos. I can let you know where to go. I've worked with over 40 motherboards. I've worked with server motherboards. I've worked with UFI motherboards. I've worked with your general overclocking motherboard, non-overclocking. Oh, what do we got there? That's fine. So our average frame 262 and our low is 131. That's actually not terrible for a 1080. Turn game volume off, please. Oh. How loud was that? Audio. No. There we go. Turn it off. Turn it off. My bad. That was probably pretty loud. Yeah, I probably agree with that. Oh yeah, that's right. Now we got the proper driver for this card too. So I just want so 262 131 is what I gotta remember. I'll quit. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. So that should be fine. Let's go, driver. What is up, Debatron? How's it going, man? I got the chat all set up like a professional. I used to have it set up like this before. I just haven't had really the time to set it all back up, as it does take a little bit of time to have it set up. So I hope everybody likes that. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Have I dropped more frames? Ooh, I dropped more frames. Oh, yeah, we're dropping frames. That's not good. It needs to stop dropping frames on me. I do need to set up with a new, or a different motherboard. I'm 13 now in 7-zip. Have you seen the post in Discord? A lot for helping get there. I mean, thanks a lot? Yeah, no problem, man. Here to help, man. Here to help. If you got a little... I know, I get it. If you had like a little bit more coolant, I can give you like... Actually, I could give you per core voltages to put into it. I've been doing more research on the 14700K since my subscribers and since you're in Discord. I try to help out everybody that I can, right? custom. Clean. No PhysX. Screw PhysX. Yeah, no problem, man. I mean, I'd love to help. I really do. You're 13th now, though, eh? Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Alright, well, we'll see. We'll see if you really are in 13th. Have you actually put it up in the actual benchmark, right? Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. 7-zip. 13th. There he is. There he is. Almost hitting 200,000, buddy. Very nice. You're almost up with the custom water. Dude, you're almost up with the custom water. He's at air custom, though. Wow, that's good, though, too. 205,000 with custom air. Dude, let me see your system, too. Hold on. Oh, you're... What? How is this still up? This guy will be taken out. You see this? You see this? It looks good. But since he doesn't have a picture of his system... You have a picture of your system, right? Where's your picture of the system, dude? You're up in the top 20. This will get taken down. This will get taken down. It might be up right now, but they'll take it down. So, edit. So you can go over to your... Go into this. Go over into the right corner. Click edit and add your picture of your system. I told you this, man. I told you this. This will get taken down. This guy will be taken down. Yeah. Yeah, I told you this, man. You gotta have a picture of your system, top 20. I told you this. Okay, I guess I'll go here. I'll help you out a little bit, I guess. So we'll go processor. We'll go on to one of mine. Go on to one of mine, so we'll just go to a 7-zip. Go on to my 110,000 with the 12600K. And over... uh-oh. There. Sorry, it used to be over here. It used to be over here. It's over here now. The edit is over here now. So yeah, click that edit, and you just have to scroll down, and then add a picture of your system. Make sure you have a nice picture of your system, and there you go. I don't know how this is up. Wait, I'm not top 20, that's why. Yeah, see how I'm only 24th? Since I'm not top 20 for this score. Since I'm not top 20, I don't have to have a picture. Yeah, no problem, man. But if I go into my top 20... Oops. Yeah, no problem, man. No problemo. Oh, what do we got to go to? I got a top somewhere around here. Top 20. Not for these ones. Well, I guess I have to go with my video cards. I got first place and a lot of seconds and thirds for video cards. So let's go to my Speedway, which I think I have a second place. No, first place. So I am still first place. I thought someone beat it. So I'm still first place, but see, picture of my system. Boom. Basically, it looks like it still almost looks the same as it does now. I got the RAM cooler on it now, so no more server fan, but... I guess it finished updating the driver for the graphics card 1 to restart. Usually I have to tell it to restart, but apparently it just wanted to do it by itself. Yeah, if you're in the top 20 in any score, does not matter what test you're doing, if you're top 20, you must have a picture of your system, or else they will take it down. It may not be this week or next month, it could be 2 months down the road, but you will be taken down. Yeah, I'll leave it as in for now. 5.2 gigahertz, 6 cores, just fine. So I say, it looks like we're like them AMD fanboys here, 720p, but It's just installing the graphics card now. Just taking it sweet, sweet time. 2 hours later. Okay, added the picture. Hope this worked. It will. It'll work there, dog. It'll work. That's all you gotta do. Edit your picture. Add the picture. That's all you have to click is add picture to your system, and you're good to go, buddy. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. There we go. 1066. We're all back up and ready to chooch. We'll just put it to like a good old, what, 80%? 80% seems fine. We'll put that up. What can we do with this card? I don't know. We'll try 100 on it. We'll try 400 on the memory. Go big or go home, right? Go big or go home. We are going to go big on this one. We're going to go big. I'm still learning about hardware, but yeah, we all learn, right? Like I said, couple streams ago, I had like doing the competition. Hardware bot Country Cup 2023 was. I had a lot of good scores. I mean, I was first place in a few tests with my 13900 KF. I mean, I was doing good, and they messaged me that like we have to take this off. Your CPU-Z is not updated to our spec. But all the other tests are good. They were updated. I'm like, no, I switched over to a different system. Didn't update the CPU-Z, and they had to take off the score because the CPU-Z was not updated to where they wanted it. It sucked. That sucked, man. It sucks having that, but you gotta understand everything has to be validated to certain standards. So I even said it's all good. It's seriously all good. My bad. That's why after that point, I started making my screens look really good, as in put the test over. There's certain tests where you can't move the actual test after you're done. So, like, if you need help with that, all you need to do is put the test over into the corner right off the bat, like right off to the one side, like left corner. You set the test, and then you run the test. So that way, when you open up your CPU-Z and GPU-Z, like I said, you can't move the test after you run it. So you really can set it up the way you normally have it. And making it look nice and professional. Everything looks really clean. And if you set up them all that way and keep doing it that way, you'll put it in your head that it has to be done that way at all times, and you won't have issues. Workshop map. I don't know, let's see if this is actually going to run. Maybe? I don't know. We'll see if it runs. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Hopefully. Oh, I need to clean out my CPU block, though. That is one thing I need to do. The frames just don't look as good as what I was hoping. This is a 1080, though. 5.2 on the E cores. Oof. Seems rough. Seems rough in my opinion. I'm kind of used to like seeing 500 frames though with the 3070 Ti. You know, it looks all right. It kind of doesn't, like, in my opinion, it seems like it's a little choppy. Like screen tear. I see screen tears, and not liking the screen tearing. Not sure if anybody else will see that, but when you're used to seeing high refresh rate monitor and play the game quite a bit, then yeah. Wow, almost 600 frames there. That's actually a lot. does have some stuttering. I wonder what the 1% or 1% and the latency is. What's the latency? 270, 133. It's a little bit more. We got a little bit, Hello? Hello? PC? Hello? Graphics card? Where'd you go? we lost our graphics card. Whoa, we lost some frames too on the stream. That was kind of rough. Yeah, we're gonna keep losing frames pretty bad. It's not fun. It's not fun. Advanced, low, normal. Hello. Oh, we lost a lot of frames there. Hopefully we get back up and chooching. There we go. There we go. Hopefully that setting helps a little bit. Nope, still going down. Oh, what you got? What we got going on? Now it says Windows is active with the digital license linked to your Microsoft account. Oh, perfect. And the GPU was overclocked for 100 on the core and 400 on the memory. It went through the test, but it crashed. CPU is fine. Everything's fine. The GPU lost signal to the GPU though. So I don't know what that was about. So yeah, I really don't know what that was about. CPU is overclocked to 5.2 gigahertz on 6 cores, no hyper-threading, but I mean that's nothing. That's nothing. Not for this CPU. For this 12600K, I can go 5.5 gigahertz, and the voltage I have set is a little bit like 10 millivolts higher than what I normally set it at for this. So there's no issues. I can run any benchmark at this CPU. So maybe I set the memory too high for the test. But what do you mean by is GPU overclock harder than CPU? This is only a 1080. So the CPU is definitely not going to bottleneck the 1080. 100% will not bottleneck it. It might not have said that before though, man, but for your digital license, it might not have said before, but I mean that's awesome that they do it that way now. We are losing some frames though. Why do I have more than 400 frames in Fortnite and it doesn't feel smooth? So, are you on AMD or what? What is your system, man? I need to know your system. So your CPU, your GPU, what kind of overclock you might have on it, and your RAM kit. Motherboard too, but more or less your RAM kit, CPU, and GPU is what I really need to know. I can let you know why it feels weird. And then it could also be your TREFI. If your TREFI is not set high enough, you can have some weird feeling games and high refresh rate games like your first person shooters, your FPS games. Unfortunately, I don't think I have Fortnite installed, so I can't really show you on Fortnite. I can show you on Counter-Strike 2 though. Let's just do 300 and let's do 50. Should I do Counter-Strike? Yeah, because it's a higher refresh rate game. Also, like, kind of what your settings are. If you go to my Discord, I can help you out about PC stuff and like that too if you want. And also, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. It does help out a lot. But yeah, if you click on the More tab on this video here, More tab, or onto my actual channel, click More tab, click on the Discord, to the Discord, type in your system, and I'll look at the Discord here in a minute. Uh, 4060 Ti, yeah, so you have an AMD. It is a 3D. It is a 3D, so you have lots of cache, but I mean, the cache doesn't make it so you'll get more frames, but you'll have aim dip, which really does suck. RAM 3000, that's good. MSI B450, like you don't have like very smooth gameplay, unfortunately. And I'll keep it there. But what I want to do, we got that set. We got that set. Everything's on nice and high. I like that. Let's do medium settings. See what that says. There we go. Things medium. Quality though, disable it so that way it's always on highest quality. It'll get the most performance out of your GPU as well, which could give you a little bit more frames. A lot of people don't know that. Your Fidelity FX Super Resolution. If you have a nice GPU, it will actually give you a little bit more frames by enabling it, because you'll actually use more of your GPU, which is better. Alright, we can go play, we can go workshop, see if we can beat 200 and 270 frames on the average, and then 131 on the low. Oh, I have a good monitor. I have everything set to 60 hertz right now. I can technically capture at 240 though, but so I should do that. Oh yeah, thank you for telling me that. I forgot that I'm at 60 hertz. I forgot I'm on 60 hertz. I can put it up to 240. That's probably why it looks kind of like crap. Yeah, but thanks. I forgot I'm doing it all at 60 hertz just because, again, I'm recording it with the older system, so I'm trying not to put too much strain on it. So all the recording and streaming is being done by an old, like 14-year-old CPU and motherboard, so still performs, still does fine. It's just the motherboard USBs are starting to go. See how the frames are pretty good, over 400 frames there. Going down to 200 and 240, 245-ish. That's alright. That's alright. This is medium settings, high FX Super Resolution, or disabled FX Super Resolution, which is the highest setting. Makes the game look really good too. But yeah, that's probably why I can see some of this. Well, it just does not seem good. And you're right, it is because I am at 60 hertz right now. So I should put up my monitor refresh rate and yeah, make sure it's all set. Now I'm using the Samsung Odyssey G5 32-inch monitor. So if you guys know anything about Samsung Odyssey, they are not cheap. It is the G5 32-inch. That is my gaming monitor. What we got? What we got? What we got? We got 341 and a low of 198 on a GTX 1080 Ti. That's not half bad. No, not 1080 Ti. I'm sorry. A GTX 1080. Not a Ti. That's pretty good. I mean, yeah, that is pretty good, eh? Again, with super FX fidelity to play this game, like especially if a high refresh rate monitor, like you can literally see like someone's clothing or something come out, or like that shadow at a certain point a lot sooner instead of it being all choppy, like 720p looking, because it just makes it look like crap if you don't have it set proper. And you can get a little bit more frames. I have many videos from like five almost 6 months ago. Lots of videos out there showing all the settings, and it does help if you have a decent GPU to enable it, and you will get more frames. What is up there, Joe? So that's I can't complain about that for a 1080. Cannot complain. That sucks not seeing me up over 21,000 on my bottom tag there. So for matchmaking, I always played Premiere, and I was always top 1,000, which is 21,000 and up. I think it should still be about 21,000 and up now. Could be different. No, it looks like there's a lot more people. Is there a lot more hackers in this game now? I was top 1,000. It was like 21,000. A little bit more than 21,000 for Premiere. But it looks like, yeah, I don't know. Top 1,000 now is like 25,000, 24. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so that's not bad though for a 1080. That's pretty good for gaming in my opinion. For CS2. We're going to run some 3D Mark next. And we're going to try to put in some scores. I need to make sure that I stay in first place in my division for this year, for Canada. And I was hoping maybe I can get into 4th place overall for Canada, so every division. So that's what I'm going to do tonight, is do a bunch of 3D Mark tests with a 1080 and see what we can do. See if we can get some top 20s. Probably not, because it's not modded. I will probably hardware mod this card with a no power limit mod. I'll make a video of it, of course. Yeah, one of my viewers donated a GTX 1080 by Zeus to me, and a RAM cooler, a Corsair Vengeance RAM cooler, so it's on the RAM sticks, and 64 gigabyte DDR4 kit here. These are, by the sounds of it, Samsung E-dies. From what I can read, they are E-dies off of it. Again, yeah, man. Again, thank you to all my donators. Thank you to my main donator so far, giving me stuff. I picked it up today over at the post office, and for helping me buy my 13900K, he helped me pay for that. And for the actual thermoplace. So thank you very much. When I say it, it's very helpful. I mean, it's amazing. Thank you so much. And he's given me some tips too on trying to start up like Patreons and stuff like that. So I'm still trying to get sponsors. I keep trying to send out emails, but they like videos. They like the videos and all that, right? So I try to send them videos, but I'm not good with that kind of stuff. I'm more of a, oh yeah, if you don't have a poppy, everybody, if you don't have a poppy yet, make sure you get a poppy. Support your troops. And don't forget to subscribe. It helps support my channel. And hopefully everybody's liking the stream. I know I haven't made a new stream PC yet, so I'm probably still a little choppy. The USBs on this motherboard's really old, so I'm losing the USBs, like the bandwidth, so bear with me. I will be making another streaming PC out of an i7 3770K. Not going to be a new one, but at least I will have a maybe slightly better streaming PC. Okay, so what we are gonna do. So, yeah, not gonna be able to run Speedway. That's okay. Even though this card is not RTX, we can still run Solar Bay, okay, people? And Port Royal, right? This is a 1080. We can still run Port Royal and it's Ray Trace Croft. It is a Ray Trace. This one is basically strictly Ray Tracing, so I won't be able to run that. We got a heart in the chat. What is up, heart? What should I run first? Maybe start off where I generally start off, some DirectX 11, some Fire Strike. Think so. Oh, I don't have the CPU. Give me one sec. It is a good start, but my CPU only has 6 cores, so my physics test is gonna be garbage. I am at 5.2 gigahertz, but my CPU, the physics test, which is your CPU, the physics test is gonna be garbage because I only have 6 cores, no hyperthreading. It is 5.2 gigahertz, so the GPU should perform. Should. I'm not saying it's going to, but it should. It should perform. The card, when I got the card from my donator, again, I just picked up a bunch of stuff from a donator from the post office today. And I got a GTX 1080 by Zeus. Very, very clean card. Has Thermal Grizzly thermal pads and Thermal Grizzly on the GPU. So it's running very, very cool. It's running very nice. Got also a RAM cooler and 64 gigabytes 2x32 DDR4. By the looks of it, they are E-dies. And I got a RAM cooler, so I don't have a big fan on my thing. I actually have a nice looking RAM cooler, and I'm liking it. I do need to clean up my CPU block, though, still. So, probably, I don't know, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. We'll see. I'll take apart my main PC again. Redo the tubing. Like I said, I got a bunch of new tubing that I got. I'll get it all nice set up and looking a lot nicer, cleaner. And take a picture of that and use that for my new picture and send it to Discord for people to say, yeah, that doesn't look good still. And I'll be like, that's fine. Seems to be alright, though. It's only 50 on the core and 200 on the memory right now, so it's not like it's crazy. Again, I really want to no power limit mod this one. I gotta figure out where the actual voltage controller is, though, for the power limit. So there is a little voltage controller and then a bunch of little SMTs around it. There should be 3 SMTs around the voltage controller. Not voltage controller, but like power limit controller, which will put it's voltage too. But there's 3 SMTs that you shunt mod. They're very small generally. You shunt mod them, and it just makes it so the PCIe reads less power, and the actual pins that go like PCIe power pins actually read lower as well. I did it on my GTX 1070. I have 2 videos out there. And it ran 2.2 gigahertz all times without even overclocking it. It ran 2.2 gigahertz with no power limit. Absolutely amazing. It's, in my opinion, the way to go if you want to do overclocking, the hardware mod. Oh yeah, man, absolutely insane. 2.2 gigahertz, no overclocking needed. Amazing. 22,236. Yo. My physics score actually isn't that bad. What? It's matching my GPU. 24. No way. It's 6 cores, no hyperthreading. Okay. I mean, this probably isn't good, but I mean, sweet. I didn't want to exit it. Whoops. Whoops. me in the way. I can't see where the exit is, so I'll log in. And figure out what I got for a what 1080s are doing for this test. See if I can get around maybe 20th. I'm gonna try to hopefully get around 50th place. Okay, we're not gonna try to. Yeah, so these guys are definitely on liquid nitrogen. They're definitely on liquid nitrogen, and what do you know? Liquid nitrogen. Lots of liquid nitrogen, chilled water. I am on air. So we gotta try to get to top 50. What we gotta do for top 50? 23,748. Alright, 23. So we are gonna go into the Mo. You there? Mo, you there? The Mojo, are you still there? Desire, maybe. Have you figured out how to do the hyperthreading yet? Because on your motherboard it might just say HT. Enable HT or disable HT, which would be hyperthreading. Or it should say hyperthreading, but some motherboards just say HT. We're going to the BIOS. We got a sad Dave, by the way, today. I don't know if anybody was here earlier, but we got a sad Dave. Look at this. We got a proper looking... Guys. No more green screen. No more... I don't know. I didn't do nothing. Except for put in a new graphics card. So the HDMI on that card is probably going and I have to replace it. That sucks. But no more green screen. Let's go. Sweet. But there. Intel R. Speed shift. Oh no. Hyperthreading technology. Well, enable. And we're going to do all core. Oh, that's awesome. No more green screen. We're looking professional by the day. More and more professional. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do that. And we're going to do 4.2 on the E's. We're going to do 5.3. We're going to do 1.385. Oh, not 85. 65 volts. 1.365. Memory settings. Channel timing. 36, 40, 42, 38. 725, 455. This should work. Stop. Yeah, this should work. And then my physics score will go way up too. 5.3 on the P's with hyperthreading, so we're still not maxed at this CPU can do. 5.6 on the P's is what I can do. Just on the P's. With the P's and the E's, I can go 5.5 and either 4.4 on the E's or 4.3 on the E's on basically all tests. 4.4 on some. Sweet. Looks like we're gonna go perfectly, actually. Hopefully stream's looking alright. What I'm gonna do is a little something like that. Oh, boom, you get the peace sign. I am still here. Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it. Just to confirm things. Because I do like to confirm things. Alright, I've been trying to play Black Ops, but it keeps crashing and wondering if the timing is not stable with the one I get. No, it definitely won't be stable. Again, that's not a stability test. Raise the TRFC. And raise your TRFC PB. So your TRFC is a refresher, and your TRFC PB is per bank refreshing. You're going to have to change that. And your cast latency. If your cast latency is around 36, I would put it to 38. That could also make it unstable for cast latency, alright? But yeah, that's generally all you have to do to get stability. But if you're still at a higher clock rate of your frequency for your RAM, like 72, 7400, I would put your cast latency to 38 while gaming. Like, make sure you have like a gaming mode, a gaming set, like saved profile, and then have one for RAM overclocking and other things. It's always nice to have. I have one just for streaming and stuff like that. 5342, perfect. Okay, right now at 36, 44, 72, 116, 700. I would put it to 38. Oh, 7,000. And it's not stable, so I put 38, 46, 46. You can keep the 72. You can keep the 116. Put the TRFC up to 765. And that should be 8. And it'll still be a performer for you, right? Yeah, T-Raz is, yeah, okay, yeah. That's, yeah, 38, 46, 46, 72 is fine, 116 is fine, 765, and if you can find it, your TRFC PB, put that up to 525. If it's around that already, I would put that to 600. Yep, you got it. And try to find your TRFC PB per bank and raise that up to either 525 or 565. Will this help your RAM refresh better and keep it cooler, to be honest? RAM does not like heat, especially Hynix M die. Okay, so we're going to do this again. Put this up, put this up. Put this up. Put that up to, not max, but pretty high. A little bit higher than before. We'll try 63 and 260. Yeah, we'll try 300. Try around 300 mark for the RAM. See how good this RAM is. And I'll be right back to the camera. Just give me a minute. I'm going to take a look at the Discord here. Oh, how's it going? I didn't even realize we got DK Razor. Oh, he's already figured out the chat. Awesome. Why do I have over... My apologies there, DK Razor. I did not realize you already joined the Discord, so welcome to the Discord. We gotta run Fire Strike again here. And let's see the performance. See if we can beat 24,000 on the actual GPU. And definitely the physics will be a lot better because now I'm at 6 cores, 12 threads on the P's, and 4 E cores are running at 4,200 megahertz. All right, let's get back to the camera here. Let's get back to the camera. Yeah, we're back. Looking good for the frames though. I'm liking this 1080. It is a performer for sure. Definitely a performer. Very nice. Oh, this coffee is going down real good. Real good. I am currently at 7,200 megatransfers per second. Not the greatest timings, trying to keep everything nice and stable for all the tests that I will be doing with this graphics card. But it's fairly good. It's fairly good timings. Cannot complain about these timings. It's Hynix M die with my timings, so it just makes it so much better. I'm looking pretty good though by the looks of 100. And then what I like to look at is, yeah, oof, 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 he crashed. That's aight, that's aight, that's okay, that's okay. We'll do 250, and we'll put this to 55. Let the GPU just calm down and relax just a little bit here. Again, I will need to do a hardware mod on this card, so I'm just trying to see what we can do. Core voltage on the actual CPU is just fine. 1.365 is at 5.3, my opinion. Poor Dave, though. 7 degrees, 37% humidity, and he's a sad, sad Dave. Look at that. He's a sad, sad Dave. It's okay. I'm happy, though. Dave gets sad when the temperature gets cold and the humidity starts going down. Not sure why, but I could get some permanent marker and make him permanently happy, though. Hopefully it'll be more stable through this whole test. That's not the hard part of the test. The hard part of the test will be the combined test. And right here is technically the hard part of the test, right at that point, as it has a lot of things going on in the memory. If you have the memory overclocked too much, it does not like that certain point of this test, especially on extreme. Extreme does not like it. So we'll be doing Fire Strike, normal Fire Strike, Ultra, and Extreme. Then we're going to go to Time Spy, which is another good one, to DirectX 12. Don't be laughing at me there, Hart. This GPU is pretty good, though. For 1080, it's a really good 1080 in my opinion. The Asus model, it's the Asus Strix 1080. It's nice. It's pretty good. Beats my Gigabyte that I had, the Gigabyte OC WindForce 3X. I mean, that was a pretty good card when I had it. Oh yeah, look at that physics. Like 40 frames per second more. That's good. That's going to help the test a lot, especially with the combined test here coming up. I need to beat 22,300, and I need to get over 23,800. I need to be around 24,000 to be top 50, which is where I like to be. What makes you think I'm laughing at you? Ha 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 ha. It's you, Hart. That's right, you're laughing with me because I'm laughing. I'm right around 60 frames on the combined. That's not bad, actually. We at 23,116. Look at that. The best was 23,100. I beat by 16 points. I am legendary on 3D Mark. I'm just wacky. Well, so am I. The combined test went down. Ooh, because they're not matching anymore. They're not matching. But look at the 1,000 points. Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely not himself today. 7 degrees. 37% humidity. He is just a sad Dave. He used to be a happy Dave. He will change. That will, as it gets colder, though, for some reason he'll start smiling again. I don't know. He's weird. Dave is a weird man. Yeah. What is that? What is that? What is that movie with Tom Hanks with the tennis? Not tennis ball. The volleyball. When he draws the face on. What is that movie? I forgot what it's called. That's why I call him Dave. he's my volleyball. All right. Yeah, that's all right. You know, like, it's all right. It's all right. GPU score went up a little. It went up a little bit. Yo, there it is. Poor Dave. There we go. Log in, submit. Now I need to do 1080. Go down to Fire Strike. What's GPU looking like for test? Oh yeah, top 20 for GPU. Let's go. 369. Castaway, that's it. Yeah, Castaway. I got a sad Dave. He's my castaway. He's my castaway volleyball, but he's my humidity and temperature gauge. 24,369. 24. Oh yeah, put me in the 14th place. Let's go. On air. On air. They're on water. Custom water. Sweet. Okay, so I will submit a score then, actually. I will submit a score. Submit score. CPU profile. I want to go into GPU. And I want to go to Firestark GPU. And I want to put 24,369. Let's go. Enter from previous. Perfect. 5.2 and 4,200. Everything looks good. Please tell me I got the 1080 on this. I don't. GTX 1080. Boom. It's fine. I can just redo that after. Verification screenshot. So what I'm going to do is minimize. I can compare results. Make sure I get my code off of that. Whoa, calm down, calm down. Put this up here. We gotta make this smaller. Open up some CPU Z's and open up GPU Z as well. Boom. 3 of those. And a... Where's my GPU Z? Where'd my GPU Z go? That's alright, I got a GPU Z in here. At least this one keeps one saved for me. There we go. Can we, how low can we, that works. It should work. Let's see if this will work. Yeah, it will work. Sweet. I like to have 3 of these tabs open. You don't need to have 3, but I like to do the same thing over. Again, it just keeps it so that way everything looks nice and professional. Everything looks nice and clean. I can go up a little more though. There we go. Same with this one. There we go. GPU Z tab open. Don't need 2 of them. You just need to have the graphics card. The update does not, you don't need to be fully updated. So that'll be just fine like that. I need to have a different board. Go, different keyboard, so we can do one of those. We gotta print a screen. All done. Yeah, I know I did that. I know. This is for this. We'll just copy that, put this over here. Verification screenshot, right down here, open. Copy URL, boom, we are good to go. I am oh! Oh. Yeah, I know I have to agree to the rules. That's why I didn't want to click. 24,369, where's my score? Or 24,369. Yeah, okay, whew. Yeah, 24,369 on the graphics there. I have to re-choose that because I messed up. That's why I didn't want to click, but apparently I was a little fast. A little fast. Boom. Boom. 14th. Let's go. Top 20 of only 21 people, though, for the GPU. There's a lot of people that did the full marks on it, so that's going to be the tough one later on. So that's awesome, actually. I'm happy with that. We can do this. Exit everything out. Boom. So this here, I'm pretty happy with it. I want to see 24,000 though. So let's see what I can do. What can I do? Try 65, 250. Let's try 75, 250. Where's the fans actually at though? We don't need to crank the fans. We gotta keep the temperature down. We'll rerun this test and hopefully we can hit a little bit more than the 23,116 there. Again, the physics score is a lot higher, 12,000 more points now, so doesn't really help us. It's the combined score that keeps wrecking our score, though. We gotta get the combined score up. So if we can get the 12,000 on a combined score, then it should put our overall score back up. The physics score, it doesn't matter how good your CPU is, it all depends on how good the GPU is and how well you can overclock it to actually get a good score. So I'll let you know where the rough part of the test is, and it'll let you know whether or not your memory is actually bad, like your memory overclock is bad, and it's right there. That part of the test is usually the rough part. Right at the end of that, right there, right here. But yeah, if you're going down into those with the, I don't know what it is, if it's like a bone spine or something like that, when it goes down into those, for some reason the memory overclock does not like it for some reason. The core will be fine, like your core overclock will be fine. This will be more of your core for the test, and it'll be past this flip here, and then once we get into the cape, like you'll see, it'll start zooming in. do all this test, blah blah blah, and they'll zoom back out. You'll see some of the cape. Yep, we couldn't even hit that. So that's core. That's core there. That is the core. So we can't do 75 on the core, unfortunately. Unfortunately, because if we look at the temperature too, the temperature's probably just fine. Yeah, 27 degrees, and we crashed at 27 degrees, which, probably because we're hitting a power limit, which I'll show you. I'll show you. Yep, we're hitting a power limit. See how it says the 1? That. So yeah. Oh, no power limit. No, we're not hitting. What? We're not hitting the power limit. Power. This GPU doesn't use power though. Odd. I should be using more power in my opinion, but pretty sure we're hitting the power limit though. No, power limit saying 0. So this is for CPU. No load limit. Load. We're not hitting. No load limit. We're hitting a no load limit. No, we're not hitting a no load. That's CPU. CPU temperature is. We were hitting 50 degrees on the CPU. That's nothing. We are. Oh, there it is. There's the one I'm looking for. So it is a no load limit for that. So why are we getting a no load limit? Generally, this doesn't show. Odd. Voltage limit's fine. Nothing there. Power limit is fine. No power limit. Why are we crashing at that point then? 250 on memory. It's nothing. Okay, so let's just do 50. Let's put this up to like 400 and see what happens there. Let's see what happens there and see if we actually have. See if anything happens there. So again, like that one test I was showing you there, when we go down into that dip with those spines, right around the like right in the middle of that spot and the end of it, if you'll see, like you'll see like tessellations, your screen will go all like how my BIOS screen was looking before, all greeny. So I'm wondering, because we're not hitting the power limit. That's odd. We're not hitting the power limit and we're not able to get the core up. To me, that's odd. To me, that's very odd. Frames don't look terrible bad. No tessellations off the start. So the first dip down into the spine here, there'll be tessellations in that. We're okay. The next part of this test here will, again, this is for memory. It's not really affecting your core. We're at 400 on the memory. Right now, or right at the end of this, we're good. Okay, and the core should be good now for the next test because we're only at 50. So, temperature's good. Temperature's really good on the GPU. Although it's 100 watts. Why does 100 watts seem like it's not much for this GPU? I need to figure it out. Let's see. 100 on the frames there. So we're good. Like I said, this test here is more core oriented. The other test is more memory oriented, and it looks good. Everything looks really good. I want to figure out what is 1080 TDP. 180 watt. Huh. No problem, man. Anytime. Seriously, anytime. If you need any help with anything, if you have a different game, that same thing, we will not have to change that kind of thing. Some games like secondary timings to be loosened, not the TRFC. That TRFC should be stable on all things now at 7,000. No problem, man. Holding around the 50. Down when we go down, we'll go up to a bit more frames. 51, 56, 60. And we should hit around 58. 58 at the end there. Okay, so that's not bad. Not bad. What's the score? 22.75. Dang. Graphics score went up though. Combined score. Trash. Absolute trash. I have to rerun the test. And I actually won't rerun the test because now what I'm going to do is raise the core back up to 65. And we should be good. 400 on the memory though. Very happy about that. This is a pretty good performer. And I kind of want to see what memory it is. If it's Micron, alright, for GDDR5. It should be GDDR5X, I believe. So what we're going to do is open this up. And Micron, yeah, GDDR5X. Hey, I know some things. I know some things. I know some things about some things sometimes. Sweet. That's awesome, though. I was right. GDDR5X, Micron. Micron for GDDR5X is okay. I believe Samsung is the performer, but this is performing just fine. It's saying it's doing it at this. It's not actually. This is what it's at the proper. It's proper. Everything's proper. Yeah, happy gaming, man. Hopefully the game's nice and stable. With the TRFI up like that too, and the TRFI X9 up, it should be maxed out. Things will feel nice and smooth during the whole gameplay. And now you have more refreshing. They'll keep the RAM cooler while you're gaming. You can game longer, and everything will be Alright, so we're going to rerun the test here. And hopefully, look at the combined. And this is garbage. 14,000. Our physics score went up, though. Combined went down. The graphics score went up a little bit. Combined went down, which destroyed our absolute overall score. Look at that. That's the best. That's us. That's me. Yeah, let's go. That's not the best. It's not the best. But I mean, that's the best for right now, I guess. We're the best around. But definitely gotta redo this test, because that something really hurt the combined score there. I don't think putting the core down to 50 would have done that much. Maybe it did. From 65 to 50 though, that's a big jump. We are the best around. Probably be the last run I do for Fire Strike itself. So whatever score I get, I'm just going to post that so that way I have a score. Any score for more hardware is going to help me out anyways. Also, getting that GPU score from a 14th place is going to help my placement overall, because any top 20 scores are going to actually help my actual rank in hardwarebot.org. Memory passing. Oh, there's a little bit of tessellation though. A little bit of tessellation. We all right. We all right though. We made it. We made it. Now we'll see if the core is okay. Not a lot of people know these things about these tests either, whether one thing or the core or the memory or your CPU might not be stable or your RAM might not be stable enough. So if anyone has, core is just not like 65. No. That sucks, man. Core cannot handle it. We are, because, okay, as you raise the memory, The core can only go so far with the memory while doing benchmarking and stuff like that. That's why when I do, like you see the GPU Pi that I do, you'll see I just crank down the memory as low as I can go and I'll raise the core as high as I can go. That's because you gotta do that. That way everything's more stable, things don't heat up as fast either, and just overall give you more performance on that test. So let's go 365. We're gonna do it again. Hopefully everything is good. 1080 that much, so I do know this is actually a pretty good 1080 though. Like I said, it's the Zeus Strix model, so hopefully. And what I'm gonna do is be right back. I am here, so if anyone has any questions, please let me know. We're the best around. Sweet. Nope, it just can't handle the RAM, and the core up that high. Well, that just sucks. That sucks. It's okay. That's fine. That's fine. We'll make things happy then. We'll just make things happy. Run the test. And what we'll do is lower the fan to a nice 85. Because some board draw does not like the fans being cranked up for some reason. I don't know why. I really don't know why. The fans really shouldn't matter, but it does happen. My 3070 Ti doesn't like all the fans running at high speed. That's why I'll take out one of the fans when I do some of the tests. And I'll put in a server fan in the replacement and just plug that into the motherboard. I don't get it. I really don't, but for some reason the fans take away some of the board draw, and the board draw power can only go so high on certain cards, so. I didn't even see where it crashed, so I'm not even sure what it was that did it, but that's okay. This should pass, no problemo, and that's cool with me. We're the best around. I wonder if it failed on this test. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what test it failed at. Oh yeah, things are looking good. Some frames. 135 I saw there. That's pretty good. Being around a steady 100 frames on this test is always nice. This is a crashing point, but that looked good. Looks passable. Looks passable. Let's go. Sweet. I'm happy about this one already. We are the best around. Physics, I mean, the physics isn't that good. That's why redoing the test is better sometimes. at the exact same whatever you had at beforehand. Sometimes the physics won't be that good. The combined score might not be that good, so you have to rerun it so that way everything's. I don't know. This is a weird test for that. Starting off at around 35 is okay for this graphics card. Going down here, we'll gain frames as we start jumping or walking back up. We'll gain frames, boom, up around the 60 mark, and then we'll hopefully stay at 55, 56. It's not great. We lost some CPU performance on that one. Ooh, combined score, trash. Oh my god. 9,000? I don't even want to put the score in, it's so bad. I don't want to rerun it. I don't want to though, because I got a lot of tests I gotta get done here. So we'll just throw this one in. It's fine. It's just fine. I'm happy with it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm happy with it. No, I'm not. We're okay. No, I'm not. I'll just get one of these ready. Go over to benchmark, video card, Fire Strike. My best is 38,000. 7th place with a 3070 Ti. That's a 4090, I believe. So, not far off from a 4090, right? Yeah, not far off from a 4090. Yeah, that's performance, man. That's performance. Yo, I want to submit a score. I want to go down. I want to go to here. I want to go here. I want to go there. Let's do this. We're the best around. Oh. Oh, there's my GPU Z. There it is. I don't want it way down there. Get a bunch of these going here. 1, 2, number 3. And this one. Well, let's go. Looks alright. And main board and memory. Again, you don't need to go this hefty with it, but I like to. Pencil here. Nope, pencil's not going to fit. Oh wait, maybe it will. Yeah, let's go. Now we gotta go to this and 22028. Ugh, that's just not good, man. Why are you not giving me the damn E-cores? Whoa. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. 1080. Stock. Blah, blah, blah. Megahertz is actually at 7,000, but that don't really matter. Verification screenshot right there. We can open that up. Copy our URL. Boom. Yes, I have read. Yes, I learned. I know. Let's go. Oh, probably terrible, isn't it? Wait, what happened? I chose a screenshot. What happened? Valid URL. Is this Fire Strike, right? This is Fire Strike, right? Yeah, Fire Strike 22028. Thing looks alright, except for this one for some reason. Submit. Really? I gotta reopen it? Why are you making me reopen it? I'll close them all. Whoops. There we go. Everything's valid. What's wrong with you? P cores and E's. 2208. Verification screenshot. Open. Why are you doing this to me? Submit. Okay, we just do this then. We'll get that one. So that maybe it's not like in the question mark at the end for some reason. Yeah, it's just a question mark at the end of this URL. Sometimes that can happen, so might as well just give them the proper one from the actual test. 1/10. Oof. That's that's not good for me, that's for sure. That's okay though. That is just fine. It's good enough for now for that test. We'll go to a Fire Strike Ultra next. We can just keep the same settings and everything should work. Should. I should just download these tests too, but I got, like I said, I got the professional edition one-time purchase, so I get all these tests for free, and then every test that 3D Mark puts in, I get them for free. Ooh, that was a major beginning stutter there. But yeah, I get all these tests for free from that one-time purchase, professional edition, which is, that's what I do, right? I do a lot of overclocking, so I for like these older tests, do 3, like Geekbench 3, sorry, like these older tests like Geekbench 3, I bought it. It's literally $5, so to help support them as well, if you want to download Geekbench 3, 4, 5, and 6, you can buy the actual professional edition and yeah, support them and get the professional edition. Yeah, whew, I forgot how bad the frames are. Holy moly, that's brutal. Oh, Fire Strike Extreme is gonna be brutal. Time Spy is gonna be brutal. It's gonna be so brutal. I wonder how many frames I'm gonna get. Probably not much. Probably not much. See what's going on. What's everybody saying? Is this normal? My PC is tweaking it. It does it quite a bit. I've never seen a PC do this. Runtime's fine, but it does this. What's it doing? So the looks like PWM fan header is off. Is something is wrong with it. That is very odd though there, Mo. Yeah, that is very odd for the LEDs just to turn off and turn back on while the PC's on. That's almost best score on this one, really. Let's go hardware bot. Log in. And we got to go benchmark. Video card. We'll just probably gonna submit this one right off the bat. There it is. Ultra. Right? I'm on Ultra, right? Yeah. And submit this one. What is it? So we need this. Boom. Compare results. Back to that. 1, 2, 3. GPU Z. I put the PCZ in it, but why would it do that from the start? Well, as soon as I send that, it does it again. Signal from fan header has issues with the 12 volt LEDs. Something is wrong with fan headers. That's oh, you are? Okay, my bad. That's just funny, man. To be honest, I've never seen that, but that would be the issue. PWM fan header, something is wrong with it, so the signal that's going to the LEDs is something's wrong, and it's just turning them off and then turn them back on for some reason. It's really funny though. Yeah, I'm gonna answer there. Yeah, definitely some signals wrong with the PWM fan header. Something definitely wrong. Are they 3-pin or 4-pin fans? Yeah, it's like it's hiccuping. Like the fans don't slow down at all, right? Like the fans still spin like at normal speed. It's just the LEDs go off, on. Because you could go into the motherboard and there might be something for the fans. For like monitoring, and see if you could turn the monitoring off and see if it'll just give it an actual complete signal to it. Yeah, I see that. That's why I turn up the volume. I click play. I turn up volume. I'm like, okay, everything sounds fine. Oh, lights off, lights on. It's like nobody's home. We're back. Nobody's home. We're back. I've never seen that, but yeah, that's what it sounds or looks like to me. Is some signal for the fan header. The LEDs don't like it. I would go into the BIOS and see if there's actually all BIOSes generally have it, a monitoring for your fans. If you turn the monitoring off, it'll put the fans to full blast, but it might send a complete signal to the LEDs, which will make them stay on. You can try that if you don't mind the fans spinning at full bore. That's up to you though to try it. But that'd be my guess. PWM fan header, something wrong with it. So we are there. We'll do this. We'll grab this. They are 3-pin? Yeah, even 3-pin. Even 3-pin still. No. No, your fans are 12 volt. Sorry. All fans are 12 volt. 4 means you have more control, as in it'll know the exact RPM that it's at, like the exact RPM that it's at. With 3, it'll just send a moderate voltage of plus or minus 12 volts throughout it and lower the voltage very slightly to lower the fans, and then raise it back up to the 12 volts for full bore. So what it's doing is maybe sending less of a signal and too less of a signal, so that way the LEDs do not get the actual power they need. You unplugged and plugged back in. I don't think that's going to fix it. But if it does, awesome. That one. I have to put the score, dang. 5938. P course and E's. 42. Choose a file. 64. URL. So far as we're, yeah, for now, but. Nah. I mean, you would know if it's loose. I mean, are all of your fans loose? Were all of them loose? Because it looked like all your LEDs were turning off, turned back on. So it'd be something with the fan headers, as in probably a voltage drop of some sort to where the LEDs turn off. It's my opinion, though. I could be wrong. But I do work a lot with motherboards, electronics, and if I had a multimeter and was near it, I would test it with a multimeter to see what's going on. But yeah, it seems like something's not getting the proper voltage, and LEDs need a proper voltage to be running, and then it might have dropped the voltage. Fans were still spinning though, so I don't know, man. Let me know if it does it again. It might do it again though. What place? 109th. Ugh. Whatever. I didn't want to close that. We need to do Fire Strike Extreme to the max. To the max. So, this fan is a Corsair magnetic levitating fan, and it's a 4-pin. So it means it has full control over this fan. See how there's no LEDs? No LEDs whatsoever. So I won't be able to tell if there's something wrong with the voltage drop at all, but this will have more control. PWM style fan. So more control. The 3 pins will just control the voltage a little differently for the actual speed. Like as in like a series. Your fan, you know, you turn your fan, boom, 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 to different speeds. That's kind of like your 3-pin. 4-pin's like your stove, how you can turn it up very slightly, turn it down that little bit. It's like that. More control. And knows exactly what speed it's at, basically, too. We want extreme to the max. Oh, is it doing it again? Let me know. If it's not, then maybe it was loose, but it's kind of odd, in my opinion. Did you have it plugged in the wrong way? Did you have one of them plugged in the wrong way, and maybe that was the issue? All good now? See, I don't think one of them being loose would cause them all to turn off. You might have had one plugged in the wrong way, and when you plugged it back in, you plugged it in the right way, so maybe it was that. I don't know. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You might have had it plugged in the wrong spot, and then it was turn off, turn back on, basically. Turn them all the fan headers off and all back on because it was plugged in the wrong way. It's just, if you have one fan not plugged in all the way, it would not turn off all the LEDs of the system. So when I put my finger in it and it stopped, it flashed. What do you mean there? So it's doing it again? It turned off, turned back on, or? Because I can literally unplug fans while it's on, and nothing's going to happen. I can plug fans in, and nothing's going to happen. If I plug it in the wrong way, that could do something. If I plugged it in loosely, all it's going to do is might connect to it, might not connect to it kind of thing, but not change all your LEDs on every single fan in your PC like it was. So you might have had it plugged in wrong. That's what I'm thinking. Or like I said, something might be wrong with the actual fan headers. I know my Asus Z77 Sabertooth board, if I don't set it in the actual BIOS to turn off the monitoring on the fans, I cannot control the fan speeds. The fans do not change in any kind of way. If I turn off the monitoring, I'll put all the voltage, the correct 12 volt voltage through the headers, and the fans will just run full bore, which it's okay for me because I do testing only on it. But the fan headers, something's wrong with the fan headers that way. Stop now? Okay. Maybe you just had the fan plugged in wrong and you just didn't notice. 3 pins are kind of weird that way, so that way, like if there's a 4 pin, there's only one way to put it in. 3 pin, you can put it to the right side of the fan header, and they might work, but it's not proper, and there could be issues, and that could have been the issue. Yo, I'm okay with that score. I'm alright with that score, dog. Yeah, I hear you on that. This GTX 1080 sags. It's not a heavy card, but it sags. As in, so some of these cards are not designed all that great for like the way the board gets hooked on to the cooler and all that, and it could sag. So you could put something to make it not sag, and just making it not sag can make it so it doesn't have issues later on too, which is good. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll move this over there. Move this over here. Without the sport, it just looks like a saggy plate. Yeah. That's why I actually like my Zotac 3070 Ti. You know the like 30 series and 40 series cards, how like heavy and whatnot they are? Well, this 3070 Ti, they designed it very well, so it doesn't sag a whole lot even though it's a heavy card. No, they probably designed them a little bit nicer because the warranty and that, right? They didn't want the warranty and people sending them in because it costs them money. Just to have someone look at it costs them money. Yeah, like those 4090 Strix. Those are some beefy cards. This is a 1080 Strix Asus model. It's not a beefy card in my opinion. It doesn't feel that heavy to me, but it sags a bit. It does sag a bit. There we go. Good setup. Grab the pencil, take a screenshot. Everything looks good. Boom. Now we got to do this. And we need to do this. We need to go to, well, don't matter, processor. Don't matter which one we go to. I just want to be able to submit a score. So we'll just do this. And we can see this, submit the score. Yeah, I would like to test out a 4090 or 3090 Ti. I would like to get into some of the records, right? Having hardware records is nice, but I mean, I would like to be up around like the records. It's really good points. Like I show you with the GPU support how much sag it is. Probably not great. 11259. Pop. Oh, I gotta put that score back in. 11259. P-Core's Annie, 42, blah, blah, blah. Let's go. Choose a verification screenshot. 265, or 165 now. Since it's not like in the actual URL, we're just going to copy this one. The question mark for seam room. Generally, that's just how I do it, so. Yo. Paste. Yo. Copy. Paste. Thank you. Jeez. Is that the picture? Terrible sag, he says. Absolute terrible. What place? 115th. I was really hoping to be above 100th place. Being below 100th, in my opinion, is not good for me. Not good for me. I have a lot of like first, seconds, and thirds and top fives. Like having a 100th place is not good. Not crazy in a photo, but sags real life. Doesn't look terrible. My phone froze. Oh yeah, I can see the sag now. Yeah. Not terrible though. Not the worst, but I mean, yeah. Not great. Definitely not great. And we go back to hardware bot. We'll go to me. Let's check this out. What kind of points are we looking at? What kind of points? 19.5, a 20.1, and a 20. A 3.2. That's not good. But I mean, that's good. That's good. That helps me out a lot, actually. Helps me out a lot. Yeah, someone took one of my second places. I don't know what it was. Put me in a third place. I don't like it. My GPU fan never spin under load. Is that for you too? No, wait. I meant never spin if not under load. Yeah, it's called the 0 decibel thing that they started putting into place on the 10 series cards. It's more or less because you have a good model. MSI does it, and Asus does it, and EVGA does it. Just means you have a good brand, basically. 0 decibel, so if you're not running a game, or you can be running something, but it, so let's say I throw on my 1080 Ti, only 2 fans will spin on the 3-fan card until it hits 60 or 65 degrees Celsius, and when it hits that, the 3rd fan will spin up, and then it'll just turn back off and turn back on whenever the temperature goes too high for it. But I mean, I only ever see 2 fans spinning on it, basically. That's just part of it. And then if you have no load on it, no fan spin. Not unless you're in like MSI Afterburner like me and just keep it around the 85. Look at that, 11 degrees on the JPU. Dave, it's still 7 degrees. Dave is still very unhappy. Poor Dave. I like the less humidity, by the way. Like, it could be negative 30 and I won't really get cold. With the humidity, though, my body just does not like it. So, I'm cool right now. Jacket's not even on. My hands are feeling all right. I'm able to click the mouse just fine. When the dampness was around that 60%, though, at about 9 degrees, absolutely bone chilling. Now it's 7 degrees, 37% humidity. Less humidity would be nicer, but I'm happy. I'm happy. Dave's not happy, but I'm happy. But yeah, that just, if you're wondering about the no fan speeds, because they're 0 decibel. And if you have the graphic card box still, it'll even say 0 decibel. Ooh. Sounds fancy. There we go. 370. So I want to check out. No. What do I want to do here? What is it that I need to do? I need to go to my page, and I need to go to points, I think it is, right? Yep, points. Overclocking 2024. Top 30 best hardware of 2024. See if the 1080 is going to be anywhere up here. Please tell me 1080. 20 points? Yes, we got some 1080. We're gaining some points. We're knocking stuff off my board. I like it. I need to see more of these like higher points though, like my 1070 here. Oof. Like I said, 2.2 gigahertz. Not even overclocking it when I had no power limit mod. 2.2 on a 1070. That's why it's up. Give me the good points. Even though I have first place, it's only giving me 35 points. This is why I want more people doing these benchmarks. If you have a 3070 Ti, you should run this test. You should run GPU Pi 1 billion. Okay? GPU Pi 1 billion. And everyone should do this. Please. You'll probably not beat my score. You'll probably not beat my first place. But you'll give me more points. So please, if you want to help me out, run this test. I am still first place for a reason. I beat water-cooled, chilled water-cooled. I'm on air. I got one of the best 3070 Ti's there is. That's what happens when you modify them. Please do not modify your 3070 Ti. Just run the test. Give me more points. If you have a 1070, please run GPU Pi 1 billion. If you have a 1070, run some Time Spy by 3D Mark Time Spy, please. I just want more points. I need more people to do these tests so I can get more points. Please. 12th overall is pretty good for 1070. I mean, a lot of people are on liquid nitrogen, dry ice, and they've either put the core voltage mods, memory mods, or no power limit mod like I have on mine. That's why you get a lot of points. There's a lot of people that do it. So you can pick these cards up for about 80 bucks. You should be able to. If you're buying them more than $80 or $100 for a 1070, you shouldn't. You should only pick them up for about 80 or 100 bucks max for a 1070. 1080 Ti depends on the model. 300 would be your max for the best, like an EVGA for the Win 3 1080 Ti, 300 max. 3070 Ti nowadays, if you're paying more than 700, you're paying too much. 12600K, if you're buying them used, you should be able to pick them up for an easy 150 to 200. Brand new, they're 250. If you find them on sale, you can find them for around 200, brand new. DDR3, I mean, that's not bad for my DDR3. Seriously, it's not bad. DDR4 wasn't bad either. I have a really cheap kit. That's so this test here for the DDR3, each stick of RAM that I have for DDR3, it's only $6 per stick. Like very, very cheap. The Ryzen 5 5600 is 3 times faster than in the physics test. Ooh. Nice. That's good. That's really good. That's really, really good. Should give you a lot more performance in the actual games too then. It should. i7 3770K, you should be able to pick up that CPU for around 50 bucks now. 50 bucks or less. 1080, you're looking around 120 to 150 for a 1080. And DDR5, I mean, prices just vary. Depends on what you want too. What's my top 15 best global? Yeah, that's right. 110,000 with a 12600K for 7-zip. 64th now. Ooh, a lot more people have done tests and have gotten some good scores. I was like top 30, I think, before. So I've dropped actually. Still got lots of points though. Another 12600, 12600, 12600. More 12600s. And then 13900K's coming. So, oh yeah, I'll be getting some global points. Some real global points. Okay, my PC makes weird noises, bro. It makes ticking noises when it did the combined test. That could be coil line on the board. Again, you don't have any. Put a fan by like this. Oh, you can't. You got that cooler. Yeah, it's combined. So even though your physics test is good, you still only have the 1070 Ti, right? You have the 1070 Ti. I do believe you have the 1070 Ti. It means you can only go so far with it. You're already bottlenecked. Your 1070 Ti was still your i5 8400 was enough for the 1070 Ti. Now you got a Ryzen 5 5600, which is technically a little bit better. You're still bottlenecked by the GPU, so the combined test won't be that much more. No. I wouldn't run a stock cooler. The cooler you have on it's good enough, like good. But I mean, is there any way you could put a fan by those VRMs, by the way, on your motherboard? It would help. It would definitely help. I'm not sure if it'll get rid of the coil line or anything like that, but some motherboards have coil line. Lots of GPUs nowadays have coil line. Yeah. Not your 1070. Your 1070 is the bottleneck. I've already told you with the i5 8400 that your GPU is bottlenecking the CPU. Your fans are tweaking a lot. Yeah, there's gotta be something with the fan headers. Like I said, yeah, put even a fan from the top. Just making sure you have lots of airflow around your VRMs on the motherboard would be better. No, just put it as an outtake, so that way it'll draw air from the VRMs up and out, so that way they're just gone. The heat will be pulling up through them, and that should be good enough, to be honest. But again, you can go into your BIOS, go into, I believe it's called hardware monitoring, and look for your fans, and then turn the fan like monitoring off. It'll put your fans to full bore, but it might solve the flickering on them. Like I said, I'm pretty sure something's wrong with the fan headers, and that'd be one of the issues. Make it look all clean, buddy. That's something my PC will never look like. I mean, it looks a lot nicer now with the RAM cooler. It looks a lot nicer now, but it's still a locking PC only, and that's my daily. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I heard the phone go off. Oh, I gotta run more tests. I gotta run more tests here. Yeah, my threes. That's giving me good points for that one too. I sent a photo of score. You sent a photo of score. 1786. Physics score of 24298. So your physics score is running just like my 12600K on 6 cores. So not half bad. But yeah, your CPU is not the bottleneck, right? It's your GPU is bottlenecking you. Because, yeah, like a lot of people think it's CPU, but if your GPU is already like say 90%, your CPU is saying something like 50% or 40%, it means it's your GPU that's bottlenecking you, not your CPU. Your CPU, we'll say 100% utilization, and your GPU we'll say something like 30. Right? So that's your GPU or your CPU fully utilizing like it should be. There's also tests you can do like that. The combined test lets you know. See, yeah, it's only 5,000. My physics score is so high. Well, running these kind of tests, if these are even, that means that's good. But see my graphics score, my physics score is crap. But my graphics score, I mean, well, to me this is crap. I can get a lot more with this CPU, but graphics score so much lower. That's the 1080 is bottlenecking my CPU. Yeah, so you're the 5600. So they're probably paired pretty good, to be honest. If you run the test, you'll see that the physics score will be around the graphics score then, because it's a 4060 with a Ryzen 5 5600. Wow. Yeah, CPU still like using nothing. Also, what game is that? Your Black Ops? What game though? Depends on the game. Some games are more GPU dependent than CPU. Because yeah, like running these tests are really what you want to do to see what's bottlenecking you, or run a test that's CPU and GPU dependent. Like there's having a nice paired one will let you know. Oh yeah, the Ryzen 5 5600 should be good. Like what frames are you getting? Fortnite, that's right. Yeah, you should be fine. You're doing this thing. Probably 1080, 240 for this one. But yeah, let me check here. Let me check your score on what is it? Ooh. Yeah, you're doing Fire Strike. Good old Fire Strike. So yeah, see how your graphics score is lower than your physics? It means your GPU is still not as good as what your CPU should be. So that's why your combined score is not as high as what it should be. Combined score should be about 10,000 or 12,000. If your graphics card is 24,000, it should be around 12 to 14,000 on combined, which would also raise up your score. No. These. I mean, no. I mean, I can show you what I mean by that. So graphics score 11,000, physics score 34. Right? So if I go into Fire Strike, I'll show you what I mean. This is a 1080, so this is a 1080 with the 12600K, but the 12600K is at 5.3 gigahertz on the P and 4.2 on the E. So I mean, it's not like it's overclocked pretty heavily. Not that good in my opinion, but it's overclocked heavy for a lot of people. So the physics test is gonna be higher than the graphics score still. And that's with a slightly overclocked 1080 as well. So it's not, the test is not too easy. It is a DirectX 11. You should be running a DirectX 12 test. Yes, your CPU is better than GPU. Your i5 8400 was better than your GPU. A lot of people think that their GPU is better than their CPU, but the CPUs are always better than the GPUs, to be honest. That's what a lot of people get wrong and get confused about. That's why running one of these like Fire Strike tests or Time Spy tests can really let you know what is bottlenecking you. Because games could be more CPU dependent, or some games could be more GPU dependent. was only a 6 core, that's why. Now you're going from a 6 core to a 6 core 12 thread. Right? Does that make sense? So now you have hyper-threading, you have 1/3 the more performance now. I don't even know what the actual core frequency of all core on the i5 8400 is versus the Ryzen 5 5600, so. The one thing that's good with the Ryzen 5 5600 too, though, is if you got a different motherboard later in the future, you can overclock your CPU. The i5 8400, you would have to do some sort of BCLK to, like, board overclocking to overclock it, which isn't that good. I'm trying not to confuse you, but I mean, that's literally, it's the way I talk, and it's the way it is. It's just the way it is. I can't change the facts, buddy. Okay, so here we go. See, my physics score is so high. Combined tests could be better. Graphics score is lower because my CPU is still not being, like, the graphics score should be even with the physics score after running these tests. See, still fire strike like you. Physics score is literally, that was actually a really good run for physics score. Like, that's a really good run actually. 36,000 is pretty good for 5.3. And 4.2 on the East. That's really good, actually. That was a good run. But graphics score is 24,000. Literally 11,000 less points than the physics score. The physics is your CPU. The graphics is your graphics card. The combined test is both of them put together. And that's why that's so low. So my GPU, since it's a 1080 paired with a 12600K, I would have to get a better GPU. Right? Does that make sense? So I could pair my 12600K, the way it is right now, with like a 2080 Ti, and the performance should be around the same. Which will mean there'll be no bottlenecking if you do a CPU and GPU dependent game. So both of them put together will put out the same amount of performance in the game. So if you have a really good CPU paired with a really good GPU, it means you'll have really good frames. If you have a bottlenecked CPU with a GPU that's more powerful than the CPU, the game can only run so hard because the CPU just can't keep up. It can't keep giving you the information for the GPU. CPU is the brains of the computer that sends it off to the RAM. The RAM is like the cache of it, so it'll hold in information and pass it off to the CPU and the rest of the motherboard, and GPU depends on what's what, basically. That's why learning about RAM overclocking, about the banks of the RAMs and the refreshing rates and stuff like that are really helpful for games. Like the TREFI and the TREFI-X9, if you raise them higher, it will give you more refresh rate on that, on the RAM. So the refreshing of the RAM and refreshing per banks, which will keep the RAM cooler because it can get rid of held on information. So that way it can gain more information from the CPU and hold more information, retain it, and then let loose. It doesn't need it anymore. It'll just get rid of it. Some games at 1080p max setting, my CPU was at 30% and GPU at 39 while getting 200 plus frames. Means the game is GPU dependent. CPU just needs to have a higher refresh rate and the GPU will be at a higher percentage, basically. Okay? And the 200 plus frames is great, actually, for games. If you can keep that 200 plus and then make sure the lows aren't too low. That's where the refreshing of memory helps too for that. Some games at 1080p max settings, yeah, CPU was at 13%, GPU at 39%, yeah. And which one are you talking about? Your i5 8400? Maybe your i5 8400, the frequency, so core frequency helps games a lot, not overall performance of the CPU, but the frequency. That's why Intel beats AMD on a lot of FPS games, first-person shooter games. Lows are 160, then you're happy. You're a happy gamer there. Remember, now you have AMD. Now you have to worry about AM dip. Are you sure you're getting 160? Maybe the 1%. Are you sure the 1% lows were 160? Or just it's saying the low of 160? Because you have the 1% and the 0.1%, and AMD just has AM dip. They've had AM dip for a very long time, and they have not gotten rid of it. So, but does the game feel good? If the game feels good, that's what matters the most, right? That's seriously what matters the most. But yeah, you could definitely overclock the Ryzen 5 5600 a little bit. Yeah, so it's definitely going to help out the GPU in the game, so that way the GPU will utilize more of the GPU because it has a higher clock, and then, yeah, it feels good. That's the main thing, bud, yeah. But yeah, the having a higher base clock frequency than the boost clock frequencies would be better for the GPU while playing these types of games. That's just how it is. It's why all these cyber power PCs that you see in the esports with like your pros, like your favorite pro, think of them. They're not running AMD in those because the frame dips are too low and go below refresh rate of the monitor. So they stick with the best Intels, and they'll be overclocked to a certain spec to be nice and stable throughout the whole game, no matter how long the game is, because some games could be an hour long, right? 45 minutes to an hour long, some games. So these PCs are made by Intel and NVIDIA. Everything's Intel and NVIDIA, basically, right? As long as it feels good for you, right? And since you are technically using a Ryzen 5 5600 and your i5 8400 was a 6-core, no hyperthreading, and now you have a 6-core hyperthreading, like already gives you a 1/3 more performance because you have hyperthreading. It's not like it's going to give you double the performance because you have hyperthreading. It's 1/3 more performance. And since you have a higher clock base frequency and probably a higher clock boost, that's just going to help your gaming overall. That's just seriously how everything works. A lot of people think, you know, the best of the best and whatever it is. No, it's for certain games they want clock frequency to make sure the GPU can utilize more. That's why when I'm running these kind of tests in that too, I'll just crank up the actual, well, not really these tests, some other tests, like GPU Pi here. Oh, sorry, wrong one. GPU Pi and Benchmate. What I'll do is I'll take off hyperthreading. Yeah, exactly. It's a better CPU overall. So what I'll do is get a GPU Pi. So GPU Pi here. I'll go back into the BIOS. I'll get rid of the E-cores and disable hyperthreading and just absolutely crank the core frequency. So that way my GPU here can perform at its best, right? Like full utilization, no slowdown whatsoever. Everything's faster and will be better for this test. That's just how it works. There you go, perfect for your system. That's seriously all that matters. That's all that matters. Might actually enable hyperthreading. Show me how to do it. No, you better keep hyperthreading on. You'll lose the performance. But I can show you. Yeah, just give me 1 second. I'll just exit this out. Just give me a second. I'll show you how to do it. This is it'll be on my BIOS though, but it'll basically say the same. Do 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 do. You have hyper. It's automatically enabled. You have to turn it off to change it. It's automatically enabled. It's automatically enabled. If you have a... It'll automatically be enabled, buddy. You have to manually turn off hyperthreading. If your CPU has hyperthread, you have to manually turn it off. So for mine, I go here, CPU settings, and it should say on the top anywhere else CPU settings as well, but CPU settings, see how it says hyperthreading technology, and we click on it, we go disable. I'm gonna enable. You would literally have to put it to, you'll be on auto or whatnot. It should be on enabled technically on yours, but you'd have to disable it to do anything else. But you'll lose the performance too, right? 1/3 the performance. Having no hyperthreading on also helps your RAM overclocking. So if anyone's worried about RAM overclocking, disable hyperthreading if your CPU has it, and that'll actually help your RAM overclock. Wow, I lost a lot of frames. I've lost a lot of frames. Almost 100,000 frame drop this stream. That's brutal. Brutal. I apologize anyone that's actually watching this. I do apologize. I do have to make a different streaming PC. This motherboard, the USB is just starting to go on it, so it lost its bandwidth. Hopefully that makes sense though to you. Boom. A few subscribers too. Thank you, subscribers, by the way. Want to see the best cable management ever? Sure. I told you, if it's really messy like mom's spaghetti, I'll give you a 10 out of 10. Yeah, mom's spaghetti. I'll give you a 10 out of 10 for that one. You have to save some of these pictures for the next reacting to viewers' PCs, by the way. So make sure you have some sets. We have some good pictures to review. 2 subscribers this video. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Alright, I need one of these things. How's it going, Joe? It's been a pretty good stream. I've been losing so many frames, though. I have to make the other streaming PC This motherboard's gone. Well, the USBs are gone in it. I'm at work, so I'm here and there. Yeah, I see that. How's work going? Almost 100,000. Almost 100,000 frames, buddy. Well, the board's still a crazy good overclocking board, but the bandwidth over the USB now is gone, so that's okay. That's the main thing. Yeah, it's the main thing for work. And we're gonna do some more 3D Mark. Yeah, buddy. One more day. I got 2 subscribers this video, so I'm happy about that one. Thank you, subscribers, again. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, everyone helping out this community. Go back Wednesday. Nice. Yeah, I'm happy about it. And we got a new person in the Discord channel who needs some help with things too, so that's awesome too. I like that. I've been averaging now like 2 to 3 subs a video. I'm very happy about that. I mean, sometimes I lose a subscriber, but that's fine. I'm hoping in 1 month I'll be monetized too by YouTube. At least 1 month I should be monetized. I just need 800 more hours watch time and I'll be monetized. So that's awesome. I need to start making more shorts though. Some more shorts on my phone. People have been liking that, been getting subscribers off of that, lots of views. There's still a lot of people that just haven't found this channel. Exactly, yeah. But a lot of people still have been told me that I'm showing up on their home screen, so that's amazing. Yeah, shorts are what does it. I didn't even know how to make a short before, and now I've learned how to do it, so I should be doing more. Getting like 500 views per video almost. That helps the views a lot. Like a lot for me. That's really good. The hours watched though are definitely from my streams lately. I need to do some more cleaning PC videos. Apparently people like cleaning videos, so I gotta do more of those. What should I run? Time Spy? Do a Time Spy. Probably make a video tomorrow. I'll use my actual good streaming PC, like my main PC that's actually doing these tests, and I'll make a video making my new streaming PC. I'm making it out of the i7 3770K Z77 Sabertooth board. Be a lot better. It's a good board. It is a good board. Throw in. You can pick up a 8600K for fairly cheap now and throw it in that, and it will be a good board for that CPU. Or an 8700K. Those are also good CPUs. 6-core, 12-thread too. If you have the money, an i9 or i9, sorry, an i7 9700. Yeah, the ASRock. I've been looking at an ASRock Z690 Extreme. It's really good price on Amazon. It's used, but in very good condition. If I get that, I can throw in my 12600K and some DDR4 and make a decent streaming PC. Because my 13900K is showing up here Monday or Tuesday. Could even show up tomorrow, but probably Monday or Tuesday. Exhaust, so that way I could just blow all the air from the VRMs up and out. Exhaust it. And that way you don't get turbulence from your air cooler. Because turbulence will just make the heat circle around before it gets actually taken away. Yeah, I've been looking at an ASRock Extreme board for my 12600K for when my 13900K comes. Plus it has a GPU, a built-in GPU bracket, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Like a support bracket. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, we're almost best on this one too. That's nice. Another test for the books. Not great, but it's another test for the books. Yeah, very helpful, yeah. That's what I thought. Plus, it's a really good buy. Yeah. Well, I guess I can go back to the... So if anyone wants to donate to the channel and help support this channel, I'll let you know what I'll be getting with the donations. Boom. We're back. There we go. Get everything set back up. Only got one open. Yep. Oops. Oh. There. Board memory. But yeah, it's less than $200 right now, by the way. Less than $200 for a Z690 Extreme from ASRock. It's the LGA 1700, right? It's very good buy. We need to. It is. It's a really, really good price. Less than half price for for new. It's twice as much, and it says it's in really good condition. I don't mind. That's Amazon, yeah, man. That's Amazon. Yeah, really good price. There we go. I don't mind buying stuff from Amazon. Like I said, I bought a $400 D5 reservoir pump combo. It's a thermal take one, and it's usually $400. I got for $65 use. My opinion, nothing wrong with it. It was a little hard put in the actual G1/4 thread into it. That's it though. That was the only problem. So that fan, that was super loud. Yes. It going bad, though. It came to a complete stop and started again. So it needs to be swapped. Yeah, it definitely needs to be swapped. That sucks. But at least you know what the issue is. And if one fan's not bad, but if you have multiple fans that are around the same time, like it's the GPU, right? I would just buy the full complete kit and replace them all. So that way you don't have to do it down the line. Because generally if one goes, the rest are going to go. But I mean, it's up to you, right? I need to go here. I need to go... I need to make this bigger. Submit to score. No, the front fan on the case when I posted. Oh, that one. Oh. Well, it's not terrible. 28 is blower. Yeah, it's just a hot card then. But if it's blower, then it should be. The blower style is actually pretty good performing cards, though, in my opinion. 874. Ah, gotta be put in the test. Right. Yep. 28 is a decent card too. Not the greatest for ray tracing, in my opinion, for the ray tracing, but I mean, it's a good performing card. 2080 Super is a good performing card. So, only difference between 2080 and 2080 Supers is a higher clock. That's the only difference on the Supers. It's just a little bit higher of a clock. That's about it. I'm pretty sure. Took a screenshot, yeah. Is it first gen RT, right? Yeah, the 28. Well, remember the 1080 Ti's can do ray tracing, so technically they're the first gen, but 2080s, the 20 series is the first gen. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. After I submit this, I'll show my ray tracing 1080 Ti. People will be like, 1080 Ti's can do ray tracing? Yeah, they can do ray tracing. Everything's good. There's a guy with 1080 Ti for $100. Wow, that's a good buy for 1080 Ti, buddy. That's a really good buy. That's a price you should be buying like a 1070 for. A good 1070. That's a really good buy. Oh, I finally got 100th. Over 100th for one of these tests with a 1080. Woohoo! Let's go. I'll have to redo these tests at a later date once I do some work to the card, but it's aight. Let's go. Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to close that. I want to show you the ray tracing 1080 Ti. Log in. Go to... me. Go to my hardware library, video card, 1080 Ti. Which one is it going to be? This one? GPU times fire rate, advantage. Solar Bay. Right there. That's right. Okay, well, first place is my 3070 Ti, but 1080 Ti, Solar Bay, ray tracing tester right there. Let's go. Let's go. Solar Bay ray tracing. Gets his car out of the garage this weekend so I can drag my tote of parts out. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Show us some of your stuff. What else do I have? Do I have anything else ray tracing this one? Port Royal right there. Let's go. Another ray tracing test with a 1080 Ti. Yeah. With this 1080, you can't do Speedway. I can do Port Royal and that too with the 1080. But I think those are the only cards like you can actually do it with. I don't think the 1070 you can. Maybe you can though. Port Royal. Oh yeah, you can. You can do Port Royal. Very crappy scores, but Port Royal and Solar Bay. Yep, you can still do it with the 1070. Ray tracing tests. The only super ray trace test is Speedway, which you won't see. You actually have to have a 20 series and up to run Speedway, which is like basically a pure ray tracing type test. But yeah, you can do ray tracing tests and ray trace with certain graphics cards. It's nice. Boom. Now we do a times by extreme to the extreme. I'm probably gonna get terrible. I mean, the frames are gonna be horrible. It's only a 1080, but we're gonna do it. We gotta do it. We gotta do all these tests. Gotta get some decent points and hopefully get my scores up, and it actually helps my overall hardware points too, which is, it just looks really good too. This adds into graphics card tests and that too, so it's good. I've done probably close to 1,000 different kind of tests now, from CPUs, GPUs, motherboards, and RAM, so that's like 1,000. That's 1,000 of them. It's awesome. This might be my last test, so I am getting chilly. Might be. We'll see. Oh, got some more. Oh, nice. Auroras. Woohoo! Looks good. How's Dave? He's sad. He's a sad Dave. 6.5 degrees, 38% humidity. We got a sad Dave today. The humidity is lower, so yeah, it's in here it's 9.5. Outside it's probably around 4 degrees. Yeah, it's a sad Dave. It's okay though. Poor Dave. Yeah, let's see what temperature it actually is here. Three degrees. Yeah, 3 degrees right now here. 3 degrees, and then by morning it's supposed to go down to like -1. Can't wait till it gets actually cold and I can do more tests. Do negative temperature tests. Get my CPU below 0. Oh, it's so nice having my CPU below 0. I try not to run my graphics cards though in the really cold temperatures. It's just they're air cooled ones, so you can blow up the heat pipes on them, like the vapor chambers and heat pipes. They can blow up if you go too cold with them. They also don't perform very well either, which sucks. So what I like to do when the temperature gets colder, you can set the performance mode in NVIDIA graphics like your NVIDIA GeForce and that, you can set, not GeForce, the NVIDIA settings for your graphics cards, and you can set it so that way they're in like a performance mode, so like they're always going to be at a higher clock rate and using just a little bit more voltage at the beginning without running any tests. They're always going to run a little bit more voltage and a higher clock, so that way there's always going to be a little bit of heat going through to keep everything working better. So it's nice. Also does help tests too, so that way it doesn't have to ramp up to the actual core clock that's going to be running at, so it's also better to do. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know if you go too cold with air coolers, you can blow them up. So there is ways around it, which I do, but then I only get them so cold before I pack them up, put them inside, and don't use them again for the next time I test. It's also why I have my graphics card, CPUs, and that too for so long. Is I only use so much voltages at certain temperatures. I only let my CPUs go to a certain temperature with certain voltages, like I said, or even a certain temperature at all. Hey, that's not bad either. So I do like to have, I like to make sure I can use my hardware for the next year, try to beat my scores next year, try to beat other people's scores next year, kind of thing. So I try to make sure I take care of my CPUs, my hardware in general. And then, like, before I pack them up, I'll go through them, I'll check everything out, make sure everything looks good on them, clean them up, and pack them up, and just put them away. Nice, safe, dry, warm spot. Yeah, I'll submit this one. I do need the points just for the hardware, but that's why my 12600K here still performs just like out of box overclocking. Same voltages, same everything, same exact voltages for the same clock speeds, because I take care of my stuff. Non-climate controlled. Garage isn't terrible, like, as long as you have someone in it, or if you have like a fridge or freezer, it does keep it a bit warmer than outside. But you gotta be careful, man. Yeah, be careful of your GPUs that actually have like heat pipes and stuff, right? Because there's that metal that warms up and then goes and travels to the actual fins, and then gets cooled and put back through, right? That's how it gets cooled. And if it gets too cold, it's not good. They can freeze and break up. So hopefully everything's fine though. Hopefully your hardware is fine. Motherboard you don't generally need to worry about for temperatures. Like, it's just really your GPUs you gotta worry about. 1 or 2 at the top as exhaust. As many as you want, as long as it's exhaust. Because if you're pushing it down, your air cooler's going this way, and you're pushing it down, so there's a turbulence of air. 2 will be fine. 2 will be fine. As long as the one's closest to the motherboard VRMs, so the VRMs will be on the left side of the board and the top, basically. So as long as you put it to the left side of the case, the back side of the case, that's generally where it is. So that would be the best bet for you. They won't light up. They don't light up. No. Or they don't have like LEDs or RGB. Had to take a screenshot. Screenshot. There we go. Check. Yeah, just give me 1 second. My hands are getting cold. My phone's actually not liking the cold either. I think I open up the pictures and it's like half picture, half the rest of Discord. I don't know if my phone's not liking the cold or what right now. I need that. Log in. Submit. submit this right now. That way I can hopefully warm my hands here. Where's my score? 3894. Oh wait, I need to do pre-populate. 3894. Grab this thing. I'm hopping. All right. Have a good night, man. Hopefully work is good for you. Talk to you in the morning, man. Bam. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I'll help the VRMs and the capacitors even there. The capacitors are okay for getting warm, but you shouldn't get them warm. They can swell from too much heat, and since they're right beside the VRMs, it's not good. My phone's not liking this. I touch the picture and I get half the picture from the Discord and half the actual picture I want to zoom in on, which is funny, I think. I can't, there we go, move around the picture there. Yeah, that'll be a good spot. That'll help the air blow up and through the VRMs and out. Nope, that looks good. That's where I would have it. Definitely where I would have it. What did I get for place? 57th? So 18 points, that's okay. Sweet. So we did some tests today. We didn't do as much as I would like, but we did get some tests done, so that's good. And then I'll check up on my points later time, let everything update, and hopefully we gain some points in the actual like ranking for 2024. Like I said, right now we're at 1370 points. GT4, he's catching up to me quick. So we're all trying to get some points done so that way we can gain points. So I'm hoping my 13900K comes soon, because that will just automatically hopefully give me more points than Felty here. Like I'll be gaining points when I get the 13900K. Let's just say that. I'll be gaining. Okay, so I think that will be it for this stream though. It is getting chilly, and I have been streaming for a while now, so I think that will be it. I bet my GPU right now is actually pretty chilly. Mouse keeps double clicking there. Yeah, 11 degrees on the GPU. But that, I think, is it for that. That's awesome. I did lose a lot of frames. Hopefully it didn't look too bad for everybody. I know we'll be making a different PC here soon for streaming, so that way it doesn't look as terrible. And I'll go to the filter so I can get rid of the bobblehead me. Get rid of bobblehead me. Again, if you don't have a poppy yet, everyone should pick up a poppy. Remember to support the troops, alright? And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe or think about it. And if you subscribe, hit that notification bell for my next live stream, my shorts and or video that I post up. I am slacking on the videos. It's just they take a long time to make. So hopefully everyone's having a good night. Hopefully everyone maybe learned something from this video as well. If not, click on that Discord link. Head over to the Discord. We'll have people welcome you. And if you have any questions, there's lots of places in the Discord for different kind of hardwares, PC questions, old hardware, new hardware, your desk setups, everything you can think of, different voice channels. Again, thank you, Frosty, for that. So yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to put my big boy pants on now. So we got our big boy pants on now. We're gonna make sure we look fairly good here. We're gonna zoom in. Alright, again, everyone, thank you for watching my live stream. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you, donators. You've helped me out so much. Community is absolutely going crazy. It has been a great month. So, again, thank you all for everything. And, yeah, man. You got it. You got it. You'll definitely see me next stream. If you have any questions or any more questions, man, just hit me in the Discord. I will be going to the Discord. I just need to go warm up, basically. Alright, so, again, thank you for watching. And as always, don't forget to get her done.